The Beaches podcast is going to give you everything you want to know about a beach before you go there. I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to check out our website, www.sandee.com. Without further ado, let's get into the show.
All right, so get this. Someone wants to know about beach travel, right? But like in Nebraska.
For today's deep dive, beaches in Nebraska.
Yeah. It's not exactly, the Bahamas or anything.
Not the first place that springs to mind.
No, not at all. And get this, they specifically asked for info about, nude beaches in Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah. And while we can't really give legal advice about, what you should or shouldn't wear or not wear at any beach.
Right. We're not lawyers.
Exactly. Not lawyers, but it did get me thinking, is there even such a thing? So our intrepid listener, they also sent this phrase, Nebraska, U.S. Beach Travel Information Prairies, College World Series, and Sandhill Cranes.
What? Okay, so we're talking about a fascinating mix of, expectations and reality.
Right. I mean, it's landlocked, right, Nebraska?
Landlocked it is. No oceanfront property in Nebraska.
So how can you have beach travel?
But you see, that's where things get interesting. Nebraska might not have ocean beaches, but it does have a surprising number of lakes and rivers.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, there's Lake McConney. It's often called Nebraska's Little Ocean because it's so vast. And then you have the Missouri River winding its way right through the state.
Okay, so we're not talking like surfer dudes catching waves.
Probably not.
More like, what, picnic blankets and maybe a canoe?
Exactly. It's about adjusting your definition of beach travel.
I'm all about it. And, speaking of unexpected attractions in Nebraska, the listener mentioned the College World Series.
Yes. Omaha, Nebraska, they host the College World Series every year. It draws in huge crowds from all over.
So you could theoretically combine a baseball trip with, a prairie adventure.
There you go. That's the spirit of exploration.
From home runs to Sandhill Cranes, my unexpected Nebraska adventure.
And speaking of Sandhill Cranes, you can't talk about Nebraska without mentioning their migration. It's truly a sight to behold.
Okay, so paint us a picture. What are we talking about here?
Imagine this. Thousands upon thousands of sandhill cranes, these elegant, prehistoric-looking birds, all converging on the Platte River Valley. It's a spectacle that draws nature lovers from around the world.
Wow. And to think, we started with nude beaches in Nebraska.
It's amazing what you can uncover when you dig a little deeper, isn't it?
It really is. So to our listener out there and anyone else who's ever felt like they've seen it all, here's a thought. What seemingly non-beachy destination might surprise you? What hidden gems are you overlooking? Don't be afraid to embrace the unconventional.
You never know what you might discover.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring.
Thanks for listening to the show, and be sure to tune in next week for your favorite episode about some of the best beaches and beach information in the world.